With Catherine beside him, our new Prince and Princess of Wales will, I know, continue to inspire.
With Catherine beside him, our new Prince and Princess of Wales will, I know, continue to inspire and lead our national conversations, helping to bring the marginal to the centre ground. The royal palace has seen many changes before, but nothing shocked the public like this. Queen Camilla, who has always been a controversial figure, has now lost her title, and the person who replaced her was Kate Middleton. This isn't just a small change. It's a moment that could reshape the monarchy forever. So what really happened behind palace doors, and could this be the beginning of a new royal era? Join us as we uncover how Kate Middleton rose to the throne and why Camilla was pushed aside. Kate Middleton, the new Princess of Wales. For a long time, Kate Middleton was seen as the quiet royal, calm, polite, always smiling. She stood beside Prince William, doing her job with grace. But when Kate became the Princess of Wales, everything changed. This wasn't just any royal title. It once belonged to Princess Diana, a woman loved by millions. After Diana's tragic death in 1997, no one used that title, not even Camilla when she married Charles. It was too emotional, too soon. The people weren't ready. But now Kate has taken it, and she didn't grab it overnight. This move was careful, planned, and deeply emotional. And many are asking, is Kate truly the right person to carry Diana's title? Well, stick around till the end of this video to find out. The royal family thinks she can handle it, and many in the public agree, but not many people agree with that decision. Now, when we examine Kate's rise more closely, we'll discover that Kate didn't force her way in. She earned her place slowly. She stayed out of drama. She worked hard. She showed kindness. She connected with people in a way that felt real, not fake. And little by little, she became more than just a royal wife. She became someone people trusted. This is what made her different. And this is why the title felt right. Camilla never took the title of Princess of Wales. Camilla chose to be the Duchess of Cornwall to avoid upsetting people who still loved Diana. Even after she became queen, that title stayed untouched. It was too sensitive. But with Kate, things changed, not just because time had passed, but because Kate had shown she could carry it with care. And now the real question isn't if she's worthy of the title. It's this: what would the monarchy look like without Catherine? Would it stand as strong, or crumble without the quiet force that's held it together from behind the scenes? Stick around, because this is where things start to get more interesting. Now, to truly understand how important Kate Middleton is to the royal family, we need to take a step back and look at her early life, because that's where it all begins. Born in Berkshire, England, Kate grew up far from palaces and crowns. She was the eldest of 3 children in a family that valued hard work and education. Her parents, Michael and Carol Middleton, came from different backgrounds but shared the dream of providing the best life possible for their children. They worked tirelessly, even stretching their finances to send Kate and her siblings to top schools where they developed a strong sense of responsibility and confidence. Kate's journey led her to the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, where she met Prince William. At first, their relationship was nothing out of the ordinary, just 2 students sharing classes. But over time, something special grew. They became close friends, even living in the same student house. Kate Middleton supported William through his academic struggles, encouraging him to stay focused and rethink his choices instead of giving up. And she even helped him overcome his trauma, which he described as scariest dad challenge. From these early moments, their bond grew strong, based on trust and understanding. Throughout their early years, their romance remained low-key, with William carefully protecting their privacy. They were rarely photographed together, and even their friends spoke little about them. Still, the connection between them deepened. In 2010, while on a private trip to Kenya, William proposed. He gave Kate his mother's sapphire engagement ring. This was a heartfelt gesture that honored Princess Diana's memory. Royal officials announcing this morning that Prince William and Kate Middleton are indeed engaged to be married. CBS News correspondent Elizabeth Palmer joins us this morning from Buckingham Palace in London. Good morning, or rather good afternoon where you are. The public announcement of their engagement sparked excitement worldwide, marking the start of a new royal love story and a new kind of royal partner. Just 6 months later, they married in a grand ceremony at Westminster Abbey. The wedding was traditional, but it was also personal. To love and to cherish. To love and to cherish. Till death us do part. Till death us do part. According to God's holy law. According to God's holy law. William promised Kate something rare in royal life, and that was continued closeness with her own family. Unlike many royal spouses, Kate's parents and siblings weren't pushed into the background. They were welcomed into the royal fold, attending events and gatherings. This simple yet meaningful gesture was a symbol of respect and partnership. From the start of her royal life, Kate approached her duties with care and patience. She took time to understand her role, observing, listening, and learning. She didn't try to outshine others, but blended into the royal team. She remained loyal to tradition while introducing modern touches. Her style, manner, and the way she raised her children reflected a balance between royal expectations and normal family life. William played a crucial role, offering support and ensuring Kate didn't face the challenges of royal life alone, something Princess Diana often lacked. While people often compare Kate to Diana, their approaches are different. Diana was bold and emotional, while Kate's is calm and steady. Kate chooses to make an impact through consistent effort, and her work in early childhood development reflects her deep care for future generations. She also speaks openly about mental health and getting stronger every day by focusing on the things that will help me heal in my mind, body, and spirit, helping break the silence on difficult topics through campaigns like Heads Together. Kate's story is one of transformation, a modern woman stepping into history while staying true to herself. Kate's journey into royal life has been challenging and filled with pressure. When she first stepped into the royal spotlight, she was not as comfortable as some might have expected. She came from a normal background and suddenly found herself in the public eye, surrounded by expectations and strict royal traditions. Unlike Prince William, who seemed to accept his role confidently, Kate took time to observe, learn, and find her voice. Even though the early years were tough, Kate never gave up. She moved forward steadily, always striving to do her best. As time passed, she became stronger, more confident, and visibly more at ease in public. What makes her journey even more remarkable is how she managed to raise her 3 young children, Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, while balancing royal duties. Kate is not just a public figure. She's also a hands-on mother, deeply involved in her children's lives. But this is the shocking part. For a long time, Kate and Prince Harry were actually close friends. Before tensions in the royal family, they were often seen laughing and smiling together. Along with William and Meghan Markle, they formed a solid team, united in purpose and vision. The 4 of them worked together on charity projects like the Heads Together Foundation. Now the unique thing about this foundation was that it showed us a new kind of leadership in the royal family. And this was a kind of leadership that connected with the public in a fresh, more relatable way. But when Harry and Meghan stepped away from royal duties, Kate and William had to take on even more responsibilities. In all of these happenings, Kate didn't complain. Instead, she handled the extra pressure with quiet grace and steady focus. And this made the Queen grow deeply fond of her. In a quiet but powerful moment, The Queen said something that would eventually cost Camilla the title she had held for years. So keep watching to find out what the Queen said. The Queen's shocking revelation. When Queen Elizabeth II died, many people started guessing who would become the next queen, and the rumors kept growing. Then Princess Anne stepped in. You see, Princess Anne is someone who is never afraid to speak her mind or go against tradition when she feels it's right. And this time, she shared a shocking truth about Camilla, while she was speaking at the meeting, and revealed that Queen Elizabeth never actually wanted Camilla to be queen. Apparently, the late Queen had always preferred Princess Kate for the role, believing she had the grace and elegance the position required, and reportedly went even further, claiming that Queen Elizabeth couldn't stand Camilla and only agreed to give her the title of Queen Consort because of a secret deal made behind closed doors. But that is not all. In fact, it gets even messier. Now, as facts are coming to light, it has been discovered that King Charles allegedly used Prince Andrew's ties to Jeffrey Epstein as leverage to get his mother's approval. So when we talk about a royal power play, this is a clear example, because at that time Charles needed the Queen's public support for Camilla as they approached her Platinum Jubilee. However, Queen Elizabeth, always the strategist, knew that making Camilla queen wouldn't exactly be a popular move. The original plan was for her to be called Princess Consort, not Queen. However, with Andrew's scandal threatening to drag the monarchy into further chaos, Charles saw this as an opportunity. He reportedly convinced his mother to back Camilla's title in exchange for handling the Andrew situation. Now years later, Camilla is still struggling with the truth. The idea that Queen Elizabeth never truly accepted her and only agreed to her title for political reasons has left a deep scar. With Princess Anne spilling the royal family's best-kept secrets, it's clear that the power struggles within the palace are far from over. But the big question in the mind of royal watchers is this: why is Princess Anne the one exposing all of this now? Could there be some unfinished business between her and Camilla? Or is there something bigger at play? It's no secret that Anne and Camilla have had a rocky relationship for years, with tensions between them bubbling beneath the surface. Now this unfolding drama brings up an interesting contrast, because while Camilla's place in the royal family was allegedly met with reluctance, Queen Elizabeth's admiration for Princess Kate was undeniable. In fact, if there was one person the late Queen adored, it was Kate Middleton. She saw her as the perfect future queen consort. And that admiration wasn't something new. It started all the way back in 2006. Queen Elizabeth had a soft spot for Kate from the start. So much so that when Kate and William were dating, she invited her to spend Christmas at Sandringham. This single act was a huge honor for someone who wasn't yet married into the family. But Kate, always mindful of tradition, politely declined. She was only 24 years old at the time and knew that without a ring on her finger, she had no official place at the royal family's private gatherings. That patience and wisdom paid off, and in the years that followed, she not only became William's wife, but also one of the most beloved members of the royal family. And here comes the twist. Queen Camilla definitely noticed Kate's growing influence, and she wasn't exactly thrilled about it. Apparently, Camilla has never really seen Princess Catherine as the right match for William or the future of the monarchy. According to royal expert Christopher Anderson, Camilla wasn't exactly thrilled when William and Kate first got together. In fact, she was outright against their relationship. Anderson was the one who wrote The King, The Life of Charles III. He also claims that Camilla didn't think Kate was on their level socially and saw her as an outsider. Kate, after all, came from a middle-class background, which in Camilla's eyes made her an unsuitable match for a future king. But was Camilla's dislike really just about Kate's background, or was she worried about losing her influence over Charles and the royal family's future? Whatever the case, the tension between these two royal powerhouses has quietly simmered beneath the surface for years. Now, with Princess Anne adding fuel to the fire, the royal drama is far from over. But here's the shocker. And isn't the only one who's had doubts about Camilla. In fact, a significant portion of the royal family has harbored similar reservations, including Prince William himself. And if you're assuming it's just because of the offhand comments Camilla made about Catherine concerning her sickness, think again. The feud between William and Camilla runs much deeper, stretching all the way back to his childhood. This simmering tension came into sharp focus when Prince Harry lifted the royal curtain in his explosive memoir Spare. According to Harry, William never truly accepted Camilla. He tolerated her presence at best, and astonishingly, Camilla was even said to be a little afraid of William. That's how strained things were. And that's not all. Harry claimed that both he and William once pleaded with their father, now King Charles III, not to marry Camilla. But what was their reason? Camilla had a reputation for leaking stories about the family to the press. In Spare, Harry openly admitted he feared she'd become the stereotypical wicked stepmother. And, given the painful history, that fear wasn't exactly unfounded. You see, for us to understand this better, we have to rewind to where it all began. The affair, Charles and Camilla's relationship. The 1980s and 1990s were an emotional minefield. It was on again, off again, and always controversial. Princess Diana famously laid bare the emotional toll during her Panorama interview, declaring, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." Then came the heartbreak of 1997. Diana's tragic death in a car crash devastated the world and left William and Harry without their beloved mother. In the middle of that trauma, Charles pushing to formalize his relationship with Camilla only deepened the rift with his sons. Despite their clear objections, Charles pressed forward. In 2005, the two married, and William and Harry, with dignity, offered their father their blessing, at least publicly. But while Harry's resentment lingered for years, William's stance appeared to soften over time, especially after Harry stepped back from royal duties in 2020. Reports suggested that William and Camilla had begun to establish a delicate, if uneasy, peace. According to some sources, that truce wasn't easy. Both William and Harry reportedly struggled to trust Camilla, still feeling the weight of loyalty to their mother. They never formed a truly close relationship with her, never confiding in her the way they might with other family members. Surprisingly, one person played a key role in easing that tension: Princess Kate. Despite Camilla's previous remarks about her, Kate remained poised, respectful, and gracious. Her calm influence reportedly helped smooth over lingering conflicts and opened the door for more civil interactions between William and Camilla. And that's why the Queen wanted her instead of Camilla, because in Catherine she saw a builder and the woman she once bowed for, Diana. But that's not all. Kate's standout moment wasn't just about easing the tension among the royals. It also showed in the way she raised her children. Her calm strength and values clearly shaped the next generation. So let's look at how Kate raises her children, how Prince William and Kate Middleton are raising the next generation of royals. After seeing how difficult William's childhood had been, Kate made a clear decision. Her children would never go through the same pain. And she began living out that promise from the moment Prince George was born in 2013. Although people around the world were excited, it was a big moment for the royal family. More than that, it showed that a new kind of parenting was coming to the royal world. William and Kate didn't want to raise their children the old way. They wanted something more modern and more personal. Right from the start, they broke away from long-held royal customs. For example, when George was born, they skipped the traditional announcement by royal footmen and easel outside Buckingham Palace. Instead, the couple shared the news through email and social media. It was a small move, but it said a lot. This was a new chapter. Another shift happened just weeks later. There was a plan for the couple to go on a royal trip without their newborn son, standard procedure for royals. But Kate refused. She wouldn't leave her baby behind, even if it meant challenging protocol. Her stance shocked everyone, but she stood firm. To her, motherhood took priority. She also made a surprising decision after George's birth. Instead of staying at a palace or royal estate, she moved in with her parents in Bucklebury. It wasn't what the royal family expected, and concerns were raised about security and tradition. Still, she stayed the course. She wanted a calm, private space to bond with her baby, and her family's home was the right place. William stood by her choice. Then came George's first royal tour in 2014, when the family visited Australia and New Zealand. Normally, royal rules advised against direct heirs travelling together, but they brought George along. It was a bold move, but for them it felt right. They valued keeping their family close, even while fulfilling royal duties. But it did not end there. William and Kate play a very active role in their children's lives. Even though they had help from royal staff, they still did many things on their own. They wanted to be present in their children's lives. William was often seen taking George to school or picking him up. Kate spent time reading, playing, and cooking with the kids. They wanted their children to grow up in a warm and loving home, not just a palace. The couple now has 3 children: Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. All 3 are growing up in a mix of royal life and normal childhood. William and Kate make sure their kids know who they are and what their future might look like, but they also want them to enjoy being children. Even though their children are royals, the couple keeps their lives as normal as possible. The kids go to regular schools, they play outside, and they spend weekends in the countryside at their country home, Anmer Hall. The family enjoys bike rides, gardening, and baking together. Kate is especially interested in early childhood development. She believes that the early years of a child's life are very important. She often talks about the value of outdoor play, creativity, and emotional support. These beliefs are part of how she raises her own children. She wants them to feel loved, listened to, and safe. Mental health is also something William and Kate care about deeply. They both speak openly about the importance of talking about feelings. At home, they teach their children to share their emotions and ask for help when they need it. They want their kids to grow up kind and strong, both in heart and mind. William and Kate also teach their kids about responsibility. Even though they are royal, they are expected to help at home. They do small chores, clean up their toys, and help care for their pets. This helps them stay humble and understand the value of hard work. Prince George, as the oldest, is slowly learning what it means to be a future king. But Kate wants him to enjoy his childhood too. They are careful to give him small lessons in leadership without putting too much pressure on him. All 3 children have started joining public royal events. They have walked with their parents at parades, gone to church services, and waved to crowds. These moments help prepare them for royal duties in the future, but they are introduced gently and slowly. Still, most of the time, William and Kate keep their children out of the spotlight. They want to protect them from too much attention. Their goal is to raise confident, kind, and respectful young people who just happen to be royals. The public has noticed this approach. People praise William and Kate for the way they raise their children. They seem like a team, loving parents first, royals second. And their kids. They seem happy, polite, and ready for the future. And that's exactly what the Queen wanted. Someone the people already love, and someone who puts family first. So now, with King Charles's health in decline, it may only be a matter of time before Catherine steps into the role that Camilla fought so hard to keep. Do you think Princess Kate has the capacity to fulfill the expectations placed on her? And what do you think about Camilla's future in the royal family? Let us know in the comments below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video shown on your screen. You'll enjoy it.